So LEGO Harry Potter has finally made a battle pack. Well, kind of. And by definition, a battle pack will normally have 4 minifigures as well as a small build. And that reminds me, I've also got the Mandalorian battle pack to still expand. We expanded Mandalore last year and my plan was to do it again this year. And I've got some more minifigures to do that with, as well as some pad pieces, some mountainous terrain, and the appropriate colours to expand that scene. So make sure, if you're a LEGO Star Wars fan, you follow or subscribe so you don't miss that when it happens. Back to the matter at hand, however, which is the fact that we have a LEGO Harry Potter battle pack. Well, kind of. Set number 76441 is the Duelling Club that can be integrated into the Hogwarts castle system that we're building over the next couple of years. And by definition, it's a battle pack. It is literally a duel between 2 students, and before that, between 2 teachers as well. I'm going to crack this up, I'm going to build it and take a little look at this set. Starting with Harry and Draco, and there's nothing particularly new with these two here. They're in their Gryffindor and Slytherin robes. They're very similar, Draco, to the one that came in the Forbidden Forest polybag. The thing that is interesting about them, other than the fact they've got dual molded headpieces, and these are the two that probably will look better in a duel, is those wand pieces that you can use in a duel that show the extension of the spell. Glad that they brought these back, and obviously very, very fitting for a dueling club. Next up is Professor Snape, and I love this version of Snape. I'm a little bit disappointed that he didn't have a cloak or a sort of fabric cloth piece behind him. I think that really does add to Snape. I know they've printed it onto his legs and done a pretty good job with it, but considering that this man here, Gilderoy Lockhart, has a cape, it's just a bit of a sort of disappointment that Snape didn't have one. Gilderoy looks fantastic. It's been a very, very long time since we've had a Gilderoy Lockhart. Great dual molded facial expressions. Could they have printed his pant pieces? Very, very possibly, but the main talking point between LEGO Harry Potter fans is, of course, this rubberized cape that we've only seen on a couple of different minifigures before. I really like it. One thing I'm not a huge fan of, however, is this fireplace with the portrait on the very top of it. I don't particularly love it. I get that it's a bit of an add-in. It just feels like something that you would build in an advent calendar. I do like the fact that they've included one of the little snake pieces, so you can recreate Draco casting Serban Sortir. And I do think that this is the best configuration in which to have it, which is, of course, with Draco on the left and Harry on the right, which is, of course, scene accurate or movie accurate. And I'm, of course, very thrilled about these printed tile pieces in purple. They look fantastic. They look exactly like in the film. I'm just thrilled that these aren't stickers for a £20 set. Let me show you how this set can be activated, which is by clipping in the pieces on the very end. So the step up to the table is the piece that you use to press in, and you can click Harry and Draco into place. And under the table, nothing particularly fancy. It's not a huge amount of Technic or anything under there. It's just a pin and a trigger, and you can pop either character off by pushing the opposite stair like so. Perfect. Now, what I'm loving about these Harry Potter sets at the moment is that most of the Hogwarts ones are all intertwined. They can all be connected to the Hogwarts castle system that we will be building, or certainly I and many others will be building over the next year or two, which of course started last year. And this set, of course, is designed to go inside the Great Hall. So that is where I've placed it for the purpose of this video. You've got Snape and Gilderoy just off of shot there, and Harry and Draco, and it just goes on top of where the table should be. The thing with this is that I do prefer the tables in there, so I will probably end up putting this little dueling club as a little odds and ends with my other Harry Potter odds and ends, which you can see there. I am going to keep the Hogwarts castle the way it is. I still need to add the Wingardium Leviosa lesson along with that potions class to the very bottom of the Great Hall, and that will happen in the next couple of weeks, I'm sure. So there we go. I actually really like this set. It holds a great deal of nostalgia for me. Not quite enough to go out and repurchase that old 2002-ish set, I think it was. Early 2000s, I certainly am not going to go out and spend the excess money that would be to grab that. I think this looks fantastic. The printed tiles make a huge difference, and yeah, I actually like the cape on Lockhart as well. I do like the rubberized cape. I know there's a lot of division on whether it should just be cloth capes, but I do think if there's one character that can get away with it, it's the very eccentric Gilderoy Lockhart. Thank you so much for watching. As this video goes out, I will hopefully be in the happiest place on earth, which is the Magical Kingdom, with my wife, and there will only be 1 or 2 sort of videos sort of pre-loaded and ready to go throughout the next week. Do, however, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. We've got a ton of stuff coming up when we get back, including changes here in the Lego room, a ton of sets that need to be brought out of backlog, a ton of sets that need to be built, and I've got some more theories about Lego Harry Potter and Lego Star Wars still to come. So make sure you're following or subscribed. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have an awesome and a nerdy week, and I will see you in the very next video. Bye.